Right. So, I hear Cautious Shot got buffed. Heard it got buffed. I don't really know if that's the case, but hmm, hmm. Anyways, so welcome to part two of the Hotfix news. So today, Hotfix 24.8.3 just launched, which has a couple of new upgrades for the game. There's a bunch of new patch notes, and the first one, the most important one, is going to be the the existence of the Wolf tactical alerts. We already talked about these, but these are a level 20 and a level 70 Wolf alert that you can run in order to get Wolf Sledge parts. They don't appear to have any different drop rates, although supposedly the level 71 has higher drop rates, but every time that I ran one, I didn't actually get a part. And of the times that I ran the level 21, I always got a part, and it wasn't even close. Now, it was always the wolf head, and that's useless, but eh, maybe there's something in the drop table. I don't know, but I couldn't find any evidence for the higher level one actually dropping better parts. Also, it takes like 3 times longer anyway. But changes that came out as part of the hotfix. The first one, the really important one, is that the reduced damage, reduced the wolf's tankiness. And that's good because he was way too tanky before. He was super tanky. You could not kill him. He's easily one of the worst bosses in the game simply because he wasn't even difficult. He wasn't challenging. He was just a damage sponge. And it felt awful. So, cautious shot, as we saw, eh, self damage changed from 90 to 99%. This is not particularly helpful, but I was able to survive 2 shots to myself using the Sakura Penta, as we saw in the opening video. Um, that's cool of a change, but I still don't see launchers becoming a thing. I had an armor mod, health mod, and the shield mod, and I was still able to kill myself in 2 shots. Cautious shot needs probably another couple of nines to make it feel really good because you're still chunking yourself. This buff isn't a buff. It's not enough. And in arbitrations, they changed the hitbox. Apparently, the arbitration drone hitboxes weren't a thing, but whatever. I use an Ignis Wraith on all my arbitrations. It's not that big a deal. But the other stuff, let's see. The only one really here is that Kuva Siphon Cloud hitbox being taller than the actual cloud. This is a bit of a nerf for Kuva Siphons, unless you were using the 3 scaffold, which auto tracks onto the Kuva Cloud anyway. That wasn't a problem for me, but I can see this becoming a problem for other people because they would wind up shooting at the Kuva Cloud or shoot above the Kuva Cloud and just not miss, which made siphons a little bit easier, but whatever. It's not that big of a deal. But here's the hotfix for 24.8.3. Really, the most important part here is the alerts for the wolves. The next most important part here is the dev workshop. Originally, they said that this was going to come out on May 18th, but it happened to come out today, so this is the 10th. 11th. Well, now it's the 11th, but it released on the 10th. So they've been taking a lot of feedback, and the most important one was they reduced the wolf HP. That's really important. But this is also the promise that Nightwave Season 2 is going to be a lot better, especially for new players, because new players really got shafted by this system. In the original system for alerts, if you were online, you just happened to randomly be online, you could get a whole bunch of stuff that was really important for you to get. Corrosive projections, the other auras, night hands. It was kind of unfair that you couldn't be online 24/7. The more you played the game, the better it was for you. But then when they switched over to the Nightwave system made it so that it was way better for veterans, but absolutely awful for new players because veterans, they knew, hey, you cannot get these auras anymore, so we're going to buy them and then we're going to control the prices. Corrosive projection, they were maybe 10, 15 plat before. With the old alert system, the new alert system, they could spike anywhere from 20 plat if it was being sold and then 50 plat when it's not. So the new system of Nightwave existing as a replacement for alerts, I am not convinced that it succeeded. But season 2 promises improvements. Playing catch up, the idea here is that if you've been missing weeks, you can still do missions from previous weeks as long as you complete your current week's missions. These are like they turn into prestige quests, which is kind of good. This is a great catch up mechanic for people who are just like, hey, I missed the first couple of weeks and I feel completely behind. I feel like I can't catch up. Well, now actually you can. You can do old weeklies as long as you do your current weeklies. It's like asking your parents, hey, can I have ice cream? Finish your broccoli. God damn it. Well, it's not so bad. They will no longer appear, only be refreshed in that week's rotation. Yeah, so these are going to be like prestige quests. They'll only show up once. Degrindification. So most of these are generally making them easier, making them shorter. With clanmates and friends, that's not so big of a problem if you have a good clan or whatever, kind of like mine. We have people who are playing all the time, but this one was pretty annoying, especially if you went into a public mission, like if you're doing Profit Taker and just like, hey, you just have to spam people. It's like, hey, will you be my friend? Will you add me onto the friends list? I tried to add people as I could, but even then, sometimes you just missed it. Uh, Complete the 60-minute survival. Yeah, this just made it easier. IATAN socket, it's 5 to 3, made it easier. Conservation's reduced. Cool. But the new acts, these are a little bit more interesting. Let's take a look at the weeklies first. So the Kuva Siphon missions, people should be doing these anyway, because they're actually a super efficient way to get Kuva if you only have 5 minutes of a day, and people can't commit to doing an hour or whatever, or the 20 minute, or even the 20 minutes or the 40 minutes that some people do in the Kuva survival, because it goes in order of efficiency. It goes floods, then fast siphons, then the Kuva survival. I don't know if people really know that, but layout matters. The type of mission matters. If you are able to do an exterminate or a capture, those are going to be way faster than the survival or the mobile defense. In fact, the mobile defense is worse than the survival because you have to do 3, and all of those are a minute and a half, and it takes more than a minute to travel from node to node. The survival, you could theoretically find the Kuva right away, wait out the survival, add extraction, and immediately extract, and the mission would take exactly 5 minutes. So the survivals themselves, the short siphons are not that bad. And layout also matters. So you never want to do Ceres. Mars is okay, but all the other planets are fine. Well, Eris kind of sucks too. But this people should be learning how to do Kuva. This is going to get a lot of people to, well, I don't know how great it will be. It'll force people to learn Kuva. But the other dailies, find 5 syndicate medallions. People are going to learn a lot about Limbo. People are going to learn a lot about Limbo. Air support charges. People probably don't realize that you can use air support charges if you use the default set in order to save spy sorties or in order to save rescue sorties. This, I hope a lot of people will realize that air supports are actually worth building. Pet your cat. Agree. Important. But the most interesting one here is Transmute 12 mods. Currently, transmuting mods still takes credits. So if you transmute 12 mods, that's what? You have to do 3 sets of 4? So that's 36,000 credits. That's not as bad as I originally thought. When I first read this, I thought it was 12 transmute 12 times. So, if you want to do this the cheapest way possible, it's 12,000 times 12. That's 144,000. That's actually pretty difficult for a lot of new players too, but if it's only transmute 12 mods, you only have to do this 3 times. That's like 1 Samini run for your win of the day. That's not so bad. I changed my, yeah, alright. The Emissary. So this is the details for the new infested Nightwave season. That's like, okay, it's going to be infested. We'll see what happens. The Wolf. The most important part here is that the Wolf will continue being an assassin even after Nightwave Season 1 ends. All right, fine, whatever. At least they reduce his HP, okay? Most important takeaway here is that wolf credits will go away, so make sure you spend them on auras as soon as you can, or the cosmetics that you want that you can buy with credits, because they are gone after week 11 is over. They will be gone. But in other news roundups, the last important thing from Primetime, because there wasn't much else from Primetime 246. They did an arbitra Rebecca and Meg did an arbitration mission together, and that took like 30 minutes. And that was cool if you like watching people do arbitration missions. The other thing that people could watch was a lot of the art. But if you guys missed Primetime, that's a little unfortunate because they had a preview of Wisp. So I'm about to show that right now.
Sounds weird to describe a human.
He's a very durable man.
I'm reading the Wikia.
So an NHL player.
So an NHL player. So
Got it.
Canadian.
Got it. All right, we have a myth to bust here. What happens with
yes.
The black hole
The red
sun?
screen, Dean.
Don't you come? Let's see what happens, folks. My name is Wisp. I'm here to show you my double black energy.
Oh, her little giggle was
Yeah,
so
her
cute.
The answer is
Kind of.
Looking.
It looks very black hole. Like,
It's very-
you're about to be sucked up.
So that is the black energy.
Is there also like, is that like a fire proc that was?
Yep.
in this thing?
So if we take a look at that's just her default colors with black on black. So I think we could probably add a second.
Sun.
Won't you come? Wash away.
I have no idea what you're singing.
Black hole sun.
Couldn't tell you.
Soundgarden.
Is it Baby Shark?
Give experience. That's an interesting
There you go.
command.
Oh, that looks.
That's actually really sick.
Yeah,
That
with like the
looks dope.
fire.
Oh
That
my
looks
god, that
really
looks so
cool.
good.
Did they change the size of the sun, or
I
is
think it depends on your
Here's your
mood,
Wisp
depends on
preview,
the energy
boys.
colors you choose, so pretty unreal.
cool?
Interesting.
Pretty good.
What about the black from the smoke palette? I'm not sure it would make too much of a difference.
It- If I show you everything, you won't have anything to do when it launches.
Can you do lime green?
Yes. No. Yes. Yes.
for
I'll do
me.
your colors.
Just for me.
Okay.
Yeah, can you put her in
Oops.
all my colors?
We'll do your energy colors. So don't forget, the next update brings you more slots per forma. So emissives are only on the actual Warframe, so those being black doesn't affect the energy of the power at all. But if we go with a lime green, let's go Corpus, get this up, and maybe add a, what would you say?
Infested.
Infested palette?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Like one of
Playing
these?
with fire.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh my god, why was it
Hell
black? Oh, I picked the wrong one. Whoops!
This is a classic kid pick mistake.
Classic kid. What was it? Infested?
Yep.
How to spell? Okay, here we
There
go.
we Show me the snot sun.
Okay,
Oh,
well you can
baby.
already tell things are gonna be good.
Oh, hell yeah.
That looks awesome.
Yes.
Okay, that looks
Oh
good.
my
Yikes, that hurts the eyes. It looks cool, but it hurts the eyes. But anyway, guys, thank- that was the part 2 of the Hotfix roundup. Leave a like if you liked, leave a comment if you want to comment, and thanks for watching.
The Solaris people are like, what in the
Yeah.
world is?
Oh, that's gonna be my everything.
Oh my god, that looks
that
so
bloom is.
cool.
Oh, look at it, it's expanding.
All right. Okay, that looks so good.
Anyways,
Ooh.
let's do an Ecodox Prime Access.
Maybe next week on PC.